Now there's a place that's blessed.
Now there's a place that's blessed.
Where we find happiness.
Where we find happiness.
A place of Sabbath rest. A higher place of praise. Praise. We lift our hands and we've learned to dance, and seems we've got the notion that we're going through the motions. Now tell me, really, is that victory? Tell me. But there's a place I found, and it's a much higher mountain. It wakes me early morning, and I know it's I am calling me into worship to give me life daily. Daily.
Life's not the norm. Come or storm.
My spirit, my soul, and my flesh need this place of praise. Praise. Now.
God had a name. What would it be, and would you call it to His name? If you were faced with Him and all His glory, what would you ask if you had just one question? And yeah, God is good, and God is great, and God is good. What would I love? Just a smile like one of us, and just a stranger on a bus, just trying to make his way home. Yeah. Now if God had a face, what would it look like, and what you wanna see? Yes, it meant that you would have to believe in all His greatness and in Jesus and the Son. I said, now, yeah, God is good, and God is good,
you so much. That's really amazing music. And I don't know how many of you know how an excellent musician Kipkoech is. Kipkoech plays the piano, he plays the saxophone, he sings to very, very advanced levels. I'd pay money to listen to Kip. Maybe he'll sing a number for us tonight. Woo! So, as I said, my name is Audrey Rahedi, and as my husband Bill said, I'm Audrey Rahedi, and this evening we're going to have a few people giving just a few remarks and sharing the joy that we have today for Kip's success, him and his colleagues. So I'm going to invite, I think, the most senior person in this room, Mr. Ambassador Ernest Langat, my father, Kip's grandfather, and later we'll also invite Kip's grandmother. And so right now we'll have Kip's grandfather give us the word. When I asked Grandpa here, we call him Bomari, and when I asked him how he feels about Kip's, Kip, our first grandson, who's a doctor in the family, and he said he really feels joyful and he feels quite proud. So welcome.
Good evening, all of you, ladies and gentlemen. I'm delighted to be the first to speak. Dr. Kipkoech Rob is my grandson, and I'm proud this evening to be able to join you in congratulating him, having completed 6 years of hard work studying to be a doctor. It is one thing to be a doctor, but it is also very good and charming to be a doctor when you are as young as my grandson, Dr. Kipkoech Rob. We are gathered here tonight to pay tribute and to congratulate him for perseverance of 6 years and complete beautifully. And I want to thank God for helping him to make this achievement. I have known him from very young, as a young boy, up to where he is. And he has, as a young boy, he has been very good and kind and wise and obedient. And I'm so glad that God helped him to achieve this level. One good thing is that I knew him as a very good, kind boy. It is a good thing to be good. But when you are a doctor, it makes a lot of difference when a good doctor touches you and do all he can to find out the problem about your body. I remember one doctor who came from America, and we did not have a doctor for a long time at Tenwick Hospital. They were only nurses. And when this doctor came, he was such a gentle, wise doctor. He began he became so friendly to the community, and he was able to walk the whole night. And people loved him because he was wise and good, and he was gentle, and he touched the lives of the people. And he made that hospital so famous, and people from Mombasa, from Kisii, from Kakamega would all go there only to be touched by him. And he was so careful in his work, and people loved him so much. So I take Kipkoech to be as kind as this doctor. If you go to Tenwick Hospital nowadays, there are so many people from all over the country, and no one is turned out because there is no place to treat. Everybody would be received, provided he's prepared to lie down even around the hospital, and he would be treated and goes back home. So I take Dr. Kipkoech to be like him, and I hope where he's going to be posted, he will be good and persevere and continue to make different in this country. This is what we need now. Yeah, the people who offer their lives for the good and benefit of others. I am not saying quite a lot, but I want to congratulate you, Dr. Kipkoech. You are young, but you will grow big like Joseph and Moses and bring up this country to the highest level of goodness. Wherever you are, you will be able to spread goodness, integrity, and uprightness that this country needs. I'm not going to say very much. I'm going to ask Dr. Kipkoech's mother to come and say a few words. And before I do that, I congratulate his parents, Mr. Rob, yes, who is an economist, and he has followed the right way, and Rosemary for bringing up such a good doctor who is young. People will not believe, but he will do the job of a good big doctor. Thank you so much. I pray that God will continue to bless you, and there are a few books which I've selected which will give you encouragement. I was looking for a book written on Dr. Ernest Turi, the first doctor at Tenwick, and I want you to read that book. I have a copy, but it is not yet in Kenya. Every doctor should read what is written about Dr. Ernest Turi, who, in fact, he was not only a doctor, He obeyed and worked for God. He was a minister, and he married Mr. Rob and Rosemary. And they was supervising their wedding. And this is something remarkable. So, Valerie, you will give the books, yeah? The books later on to Dr. Kipkoech Rob. So, Bartim, may I ask you to come and congratulate your son? God bless you.
Nachukua nafasi hii niwasalimu katika jina la Yesu. Hamjambo. Nina furaha kuu nikiwa hapa nikiona sherehe kama hii. Furaha yangu ni kupata daktari. Mimi nimepata daktari. Sitasumbuka kutafuta daktari kama watu wengine, nimepata. Sasa nikiwa nyumbani, daktari atakuwa akiniona, akiwa mahali popote ataniita, nitaenda huko, nitakuwa nimekaa. Nashukuru Mungu kwa vile ameniwezesha nikawa hapa kwa saa hizi kwa furaha. Nina furaha kuu sana. Kipkoech, Dr. Kipkoech ni kijana wa kijana yangu. Na kijana yangu, baba yake, ni mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Nyonyo. Sasa huyu ndio mtoto wangu wa kwanza. Na nimeshukuru Mungu kwa vile ametutendea maajabu. Sasa Dr. Kipkoech ni kijana wake wa kwanza. Wapi daktari? Nimefurahi sana. Wamekaa, Mungu amesaidia, ametusaidia na tumekuwa kama hapa leo, siku ya leo. Wengine wanalala nyumbani, lakini mimi niko hapa Hilton. Nakupenda baba. Nimefurahi sana vile ulifanya bidii. Kusoma kuwa daktari si kazi rahisi. Si kama kazi zingine. Na nimefurahi sana vile ulifanya bidii. Ukamaliza. Huyu amekuwa taa katika nyumba yangu. Huyu alikuwa taa, wengine wakafuata, wakasoma kwa bidii. Mtoto wa kwanza akifanya bidii, wengine watafuata. Lakini wale wa kwanza asipofanya bidii, utaona watoto wengine wakija nyuma. Kwa vile huyu alifanya bidii, watoto wangu wote walifanya bidii. Sasa Kipkoech kwa Bartim amekuwa sasa ni taa, na wengine sasa watakuwa wanafuata vile amefanya. Kuna wengine huko Ochaguno. Kuna wengine hapa. Nitawaonyesha hii nafasi mzuri. Sasa hawa ni wale wa mafuata. Sasa wako mbele na wanafuata. Hakuna mwenye atabaki nyuma. Sasa kila mtu atakuwa anafanya nini? Anakasana. Awe daktari, awe ni mwalimu, awe ni nani? Atakasana. Kwa vile ameona wapi? Mbele. Ameona taa, ameona taa. Basi kwangu si ni magari tu Kwa vile nimefurahi. Asante Kipkoech, vile umefanya bidii, umetufanya tuwe hapa siku ya leo. Tunashukuru. Na Nitakupa zawadi. Hili ni kitabu kitakatifu cha Mungu. Huyu mtoto awe ni daktari, akifanya kazi yoyote akumbuke Mungu. Mungu ndio utaweka mbele, alafu kazi yote itaendelea. Bila Mungu huwezi kufanya kazi yoyote. Kwa hivyo hii ni utajiri nimempatia. Hapa kuna kila kitu. Itamchunga, itachunga watoto wake, na nashukuru Mungu. Kwa hivyo Kipkoech, nakupa hii kitabu cha Mungu. Umheshimu Mungu. Mungu akuongoze kwa kila njia. Asanteni sana.
Thank you. Kip, come back. Thank you so much, Leah Cario and Grandma. And I'd like at this time to invite all the doctors in the house to stand up. We really appreciated our senior people sharing for quite a while, but the rest of us will be much more succinct. Welcome, welcome. Come in front. We'd love to have all the doctors that we have in the house. Can you appreciate them? Come. Yeah, so I'll just give you the mic just for a second to say your name, and if you just graduated, or if you just if you're just graduated, where you're moving to next.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Thomas Kedera. A medical doctor.
My name is Dr. Evan Massey. I work at PCA Kikuyu Mission Hospital. I've known Kip, I think, for 5 years now. It's just a class behind me. Thank you very much.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Dr. Daniel Rafiki. I've known Kip for 6 years as well. I've lived with him for 2 of those. We live in the same house, so I know way more than I should. I am going to Narok County Referral Hospital for my internship.
Good evening. My name is Dr. Ngunjiri Morgan Mushemi. I'll be going to PCA Chogoria Mission Hospital, and I've known Kip for 5 years. He's an amazing person.
Hello everyone, my name is Dr. Shazim Baga. I've known Kip for a little over 6 years now. We started at the same dissection table in first year, and now we're going to be in Kilifi as interns, and we're going to be staying together. To Kipkoech Trop's beautiful family, we are really grateful for you guys hosting us. Thank you so much.
Good evening everyone. My name is Dr. Kunal Patel. I've also known Kip for 6 years, and I've also stayed with him for 2 years. And as Dr. Daniel said, we know a lot about Kip. Feel free to contact us if you need to know more.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Dr. Jean Wenjema. I've been with Kip for the past 6 years. He's an amazing guy. We're very proud of you. We did it, yeah. Oh, and I'll be going to Malindi, so if you all are down by the coast, come say hi.
Good evening, all. My name is Dr. Nicholas Mosoba. Kip and I have been friends for 10 years now, and it's great seeing him achieve this much, and he's been really working hard at it. And one thing about Kip is that if Kip enters a room, people start smiling. He changes the energy, and he's a really kind man, so I think he's on the right path. Thank you.
I am Dr. Ravera Kenyanya. I've known Kip the least, actually. I was introduced to him this year by my friend who is an associate professor in Yale, who's one of his mentors and a friend of mine. So I have known him through Dr. Christian Ngaruia and the few interactions that we've had and the others that we've had virtually, he is a very energetic and purposeful person. And I know that whatever he sets his mind to will come to fruition. And the best of luck to all of you. You survived it. Apart from you, well, you've been in the service. Anytime you're at Lenana Road, I work at National Spinal Injury Referral Hospital. Thank you.
Kip, please come forward to receive your gift from Bomari. Okay, from Bomari. Right, and at this time I'd like to invite Kip's parents, Rosemary and Kim Ropp. Welcome. Come together.
Yes, I am very proud of Kipkoech. He's a good man, like you've heard. I've not had any trouble with him. He's hardworking. He's purposeful, like somebody else has said. And I'm so proud of him. I know God will bless him with success in everything that he does. I'm very proud of you.
So Kipkoech, when I thought about what I wanted to say, I really just wanted to say thank you. And I have many thank yous. But as a mother, as a parent, one of the things that you always pray for and hope for is that somebody that you bring into this world gets a sense of purpose, and not only that they want to do things well, but they also want to be kind to people and are sensitive to people. So you've always been sensitive and kind, just as your grandfather said. And for being that kind of a person, I really want to thank you. Thank you for making us proud. So today you're a doctor, and it sounds like the end of a road, and indeed it is. But as I think about it, in fact, we have to become many, many things. We have to become more imaginative, we have to become more kind, we have to become more loving, we have to become more disciplined. So the road continues. It's one step, but there are many more ahead. But one thing that I'm very sure of is that you are very conscientious and you care about doing the right thing. And as you think about these many things that need to be done, you will be thinking about, is it not only a good thing to do, but is it the right thing to do? And as a mother, I'm very proud that I can say that about you with full confidence. So congratulations, but congratulations also to the friends who are here, all of you who have worked so hard. Kipkoech loves his friends. He really cares about them, and he always wants to do things for them. And it's been that way since he was in kindergarten. The teacher said, he's not finishing his work, he's busy trying to correct his neighbor's work. He's getting it right, it's all right, but he needs to finish his first. So you as his friends mean so much to him. And because of that, we are so grateful that you've been a part of his life, that you have been friends to him. And I pray that as you mark this journey, this is not the end of your friendship, that you will continue to inspire each other to greater heights, to greater excellence as doctors. And finally, as the sector, the health sector, faces so many challenges in this country, we have hope that there's so many good people, so many young good people who have a vision to change things. And that's what we're asking of you doctors. We want you to bring the change that Kenya needs in the medical sector. We have a lot of needs, a lot of people who are suffering, and we want to say that for the year 2018, the graduate class of 2018, there was a change that came. What is the purpose if it's not change? We want to see the difference because you are there, that you are the salt, that you make the difference. So God bless you, Kip. God bless you, all the friends who are here. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And best of luck in the next step ahead.
I would like to call Taputang to say a word to her brother. Yeah.
Hi. So the other day I was looking through the pictures, our childhood pictures, and I noticed that in almost all of our pictures of me and you, you have your arm like wrapped around me, and it's I think it's really cute. And I noticed that in every picture, like Kip was like really protective of me, and it's been like that our entire lives. And caring and like watching, God, sorry. Ever since we were protecting and like watching over the people around you has been like second nature, and like watching you work this way your entire life and watching you grow up into the man you have become has been a tremendous inspiration, and I'm super proud of you. So as you move into this next stage in your life, I hope that you find joy and balance, and that when life gets hectic, you find the time to take care of yourself, because I love you very much and I want you to be healthy as well. So congratulations to you, and congratulations to all of you graduates. And yeah, Three.
That is so beautiful. Thank you so much. That is just, it's wonderful to hear from family. And so before we call Kipkoech and his roommate, so we'll get to hear some interesting things, I wish to invite our Konya at this time. She's going to share a word. So please welcome Okonya. You want to go up?
Good evening. My name is Wakonyo Igeria. Dr. Kip and the other doctors in the house, congratulations. We are watching you. We look forward to see what you're bringing to the table. I am, how do I explain myself? I have watched Kip grow at a certain level. My daughter and Tanya were in the same class for a long time. So we watched them grow through primary school. It's amazing to see the people that you have become now. It's amazing. Even if you didn't recognize me in the beginning, it's amazing to see the woman you have become. I am, by training, a lawyer. I'm a certified coach, a certified mediator, a mentor, and most of all, I love the Lord completely with everything that I have. When Rosemary asked me to share, I wasn't sure what I was going to say. And I wanted it to be something that was relevant to all of us. Because ultimately, at the end of the day, we've come for a celebration, but not just for a celebration of Kip, but a celebration of the people who have been in Kip's life. Isn't that correct? 52 years later in my life, so now you all know my age, it's out there. You know, it's no longer going to be a mystery. But 52 years later in my life, I've realized that our life comes in seasons. Whether we are conscious or not about it, we're either at the end of a season, at the beginning of a season, or in the middle of a season. I'm going to give you about 30 seconds to just think through whether you're in the beginning of a season, the end of a season, or in the middle of a season. Disclaimer, you could be at two at the same time, the end of one season and in the middle of another season. Let's think about it for 30 seconds. It's interesting to see the look on your faces when I asked you that question. Some of you refused to maintain eye contact with me. Others smiled, and others thought, Firstly, what is a season? I want to tell us a story. I have a great book that I read every single day. I was told as a young person that the name of this book is actually an acronym. The letters are BIBLE, and the acronym is Best Instructions Before Leaving Earth. And I actually believe it because I read it every single day. Now, in this book, there's an account of the end of a season and the beginning of a season. The end of a season is with an old man, and the beginning of a season is with a young man. Anybody can guess who they are? Going once, going twice, it's gone. And there was a prize for that answer. So I will go home with the prize, the keys for the prize. So the old man is Moses. He has come through the wilderness with the Israelites for very many years. And his time has come to an end. And his time coming to an end meant the beginning of somebody else. He understood succession planning very well. So then there's a young man called Joshua. And Joshua suddenly has to take leadership. You know, a lot of times when we read that story, we read it a bit lightly, like Joshua took over and continued. Can you imagine what was going on in the mind of Joshua at that time? You have had a leader for so long, and then he decides to die at the most crucial time when you think he should actually be taking you somewhere else. That was the end of a season and the beginning of season. 3 things happened. Moses died, God commissioned Joshua, and then God gave Joshua a mandate. He said, be bold, be strong, for the Lord thy God is with thee. In every sense of the word, Kip and the other doctors, you have come to the end of a season. Certain things will die. And this gathering here is more so a commissioning. And the commission is saying, be bold and be strong for that new season that you go into. So for those of you who like to have a topic to every conversation and every engagement, I will endear you and say that my topic for the next few moments, I promise to be done within the next 7 hours. It is a very dangerous thing to give a lawyer a microphone. But I will be through within the next 7 hours, so you will all make it to church tomorrow morning. The topic of my engagement is checkmate, the end of a season. How many of you play chess? Before I flaunt my ignorance about chess. And you know, some hands went up confidently, so I'm going to be very careful as I talk about chess. But the reason being, I played chess a lot with my brother when I was young, and he won every single game. I do not recall winning any game. However, that's not part of my story. I just thought I'd throw it in to show that I don't really know too much about the game. But I do know that at the end of a game, the winning person will say checkmate, and that essentially means the game is over. And there's a victory in that game, isn't it? But there's also is a loser. So Kip and your fellow doctors, and each of us who is going into another season, this is the end of the year. Many of us have New Year's, and we call the end of the year the end of a season, isn't it? That is a cultural thing. But for all of us who feel like we should be going into another season, and I was privileged to sit on a very exciting table. On my table, I have the CS, future CS for sports and management. I have the future CS in an entrepreneurial ministry. I have people who I have sat with on talk show, on panels, powerful people. So I was actually on a very powerful people, and right now they're looking at me and thinking, man, we didn't know when we were divulging our stuff. We had no idea, but hey guys, imagine you made me look good. At the end of a season, what will you be checkmating? Number 1, the fear of the unknown. Ladies and gentlemen who have graduated, you have never been where you're going to. You don't have the script. No one will tell you what will happen 2 months from now. I, at my current age, am at the end of a season and going into another one. I have no clue what is in that next season. But the exciting thing is, I have a mandate to be bold and to be strong. Because whatever season God brings into your life, He's given you what it takes to go into that season. So I urge you and encourage you, as you go into this new season, and most of you have said you're going into different counties, which is very exciting for me, please go with an open mind. A mind that says that everything that has happened to you in the last 6 years will become relevant and you wouldn't know until you go into that new season. So let's checkmate the fear of the unknown. The other thing is the fear of saying goodbye. We are cultured to be comfortable in what we know. But when a season changes, so do the people around us, so do the places. The place that was home for 6 years will no longer be home. The season for it being home has passed. You're going into a different environment. You're going to meet different people. And sometimes, even the people who are closest to you in terms of friends will find new circles of life that they must fit into. It doesn't mean that you've lost each other's friendship. It just means that in another season, there are people who will sharpen you for that season. When I learned the gift of goodbye, it energized me to the sense of understanding that every time that I go into a different season, the question I ask is, who will be the pillars to hold me up in this season? Who will be the people who will be able to speak into my life in this season? And being very careful and deliberate about that. The third thing that you will be checkmating is the pressure of expectation. You know that thing when your parents have a great dinner for you and you've done really well, and everybody's thinking in the next 4 years you best be doing so well because, hey, we came and celebrated you. True? But guess what? Expectation is from a very good place. I have great expectations from all of you because I heard what you said. But I ask you to pace your own race. Pace your race so that you understand that everything you do in the seasons that come will be what feels correct with you. I may pressurize you and decide within the next 2 years you need to have done A, B, C, and D. Maybe in the next 2 years you have a different plan. Let your plan be ultimately the one that works. Pacing yourself means allowing yourself to be gentle on yourself when things don't work out the way you want them to work out. A lot of times as speakers, we never talk about our failures because, you know, that we want to look like a success story. Does anybody want to look like a failure here? I don't think so. I've opted now to change the word failure. And instead of using the word failure, I prefer to use the word success markers. Because every time things didn't go the way I wanted them to go, I know where not to go again, isn't it? So isn't that a success marker? Because I won't be in that place again. The truth is, Kip and all the other doctors and everybody else who's going into a different season, in life, we will have slip-ups. We will hit the ground. Anybody hit the ground, or is it just me? I'll put up my hand. Has anybody ever hit the ground? Anybody? And we hit the ground. Okay. Of course, now we're all talking about hitting the ground, you know, slipping up emotionally or in our careers. When you fall, there will be different people around you. Begin to identify them. There will be those who will be embarrassed by your fall and walk quickly away. There will be those who will talk about your fall but not help you. There will be those who will be amazed that you actually fell but not help you. But there will be those who will stop everything that they are doing to come and help you lift you up. Begin to identify those people in every season of your life. Those will be your pallbearers, and those are the people who will help you walk. So after we have checkmated all those things, success, as we celebrate today, comes with a sense of responsibility. That responsibility is two-pronged. The first prong is responsibility to ourselves. When we have been celebrated and succeeded in whatever it is we are doing, we must therefore go back and learn more. This isn't the end. There's more to learn. There's more to grow. I encourage you to all keep growing and keep learning. The other prong is to everybody else. Success is not individual. It isn't actually about us. Every one of us in this room who has succeeded, it is because you've been able to use that success to build somebody else up. You become a mentor. You become a coach. You become that person who looks back and says, who needs my help? I encourage all of us, as we celebrate the seasons of our lives, let's understand that we have a responsibility every time we succeed to both ourselves and to those around us. Congratulations, Kip. When you are called to give account of your life, let that account be beautiful. When we are all called to account, to give an account of 2018, let it be beautiful. If it isn't as beautiful as you wanted it to be, there's 2019. Let's begin today to make a difference. God bless you. God bless Kenya. Thank you.
Konya, for that very inspirational message. Really, really. Yeah, at this time I wish to invite Keith Graffy, who's Kip's roommate. So I'd like him to introduce your roommate and yourself.
Good evening, everybody. It's good to see you all. So I'm supposed to introduce Kip, and I'd like to start by giving a story of my time with Kip. Okay, my name is Keith, and I lived with Kip for 5 years. So a story I'd like to tell about Kip, and this is a theme I've been seeing throughout the night. Different people who know him from different places, family, friends, all of them say the same thing, and this story sort of illustrates that. So this was back in first year, and we had just met with Kip, and we moved in together, and it's about 3 months in. And I was at home, and I was just at home, and I had, well, without giving too many details, an emergency of some sort, all right? Just an emergency of some sort, and I thought, okay, who do I call? And I tried to call the rest of the roommates, and nobody was picking, but there was Kip. So I called him, and this was back when they used to stay on Riara Road. And so I called him, and I told him, oh, I have an emergency. And he said, okay, give me a moment, I'll be there. And what I hadn't taken into account at the time was that at the time, Kip did not have a car. And he came like running from Riara Road all the way to Kileleshwa. It's almost maybe 6-7 kilometers. And he shows up and opens the door, and he comes in and he's sweating. I was like, what's the emergency? And by the time he gets there, I'd realized, you know, it wasn't such a big deal anyways. But that is the Kip, you know. He's the kind of person who, when you need him, when you're in a pinch, he'll be there for you. He's very kind, very considerate, and I will believe he will be a blessing to all the patients that he sees in that time. So Kip, come up here and speak to the people.
Well, tonight, all I can say is thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for all being there, for helping me. You've all impacted me, and this degree is actually not just mine. It's actually the villagers. It's everyone's. I think first, of course, I have to thank God for helping, for being faithful. And throughout this time, I've always, as it is written, He has plans to further us, for us to prosper. And none. So in reality, God has our back. We just have to see it. And second of all, I'd like to thank my parents so much, like so much. I have everything to owe. I owe everything to them. They, yes, from raising me the way they did, to schooling me, to feeding me, to everything. That's the things parents do. You know that. Well, yes, but yeah, it is not lost on me that without them, I would not be here. I would not be so happy to share this graduation dinner with you guys. So I can say one or two things, I guess, that I learned these few years. Then nothing deep, leave the deep things for Instagram. The things that I learned there, even if they're cliche, I actually learned them. First of all, that the people who you're around are the people who determine the kind of person you become. And I am very glad to have still, again, my family, my parents, my friends. Thank you so much. Yes. Also, I would say that there is a very big role that mentors play that they don't realize it. And there's a point where a mentor has to sometimes reach out to you. Like, let me just give you an example. I was a class rep for a couple of years at my med school, and I interacted with lecturers on a daily basis. Have good interactions, bad interactions, all interactions, pleasant, and some whenever not so pleasant. Yes, that was my life. Med school has been a terror and a joy at the same time. Well, but I would say that I have to really thank Dr. Rabera and her colleagues, Dr. Walter, Dr. Christine, Dr. Peter, all these guys who actually brought themselves out, brought it upon themselves to call us aside and actually talk to us and actually address our issues. Because there's a sort of calming and peace that I guess one would get from someone who's done something before, and don't make us go through all the things that we had, like all the rough patches. Like, show us the way, and yeah, that has been something memorable. I also learned that getting out of your comfort zone is a great thing. I have of the many people, I'd like to thank Auntie Audrey and Uncle Bill who got me out of my comfort zone and discovered that I could sing. Well, maybe I knew it, or I just never wanted to sing in front of anyone, just in the shower. But through them, I've been able to join the choir and at church, and it's been a wonderful experience. Just thank everyone. Thank you all for being a part of my life, all of you. So thank you. Thank you very much.
We need to dance. It's time to dance. And so we need this cake to disappear. Cake and all the desserts which are available to all our guests. So I'm just going to hand over the mic.
Thank you. My name is Archie. People who still call me Lucy know me from campus. I am a comrade. Are there people in this room that understand the comrade situation? Yeah? Comrades, like you, are fantastic people from this incredible institution called the University of Nairobi. We come out fine, we come out sharp, we come out, intelligent and ready for the world. So, welcome to this adult world. Welcome, fellow comrades, to the graduates. Congratulations. My story is lovely. I tell you why. I also have a secret about a roommate that I had when I was on campus. And my roommate was this lovely boy's mother. And that is why I'm here. Rosemary, Rosemary, Rosemary. When I joined the University of Nairobi to study economics, Rosemary was my roommate. I came from Loreto Convent, Musangari, private school, and then you've gone into a state university, and it was rough because you meet everybody from all walks of life. And from my school, we were only 2. And so very quickly, Rosemary became a very good friend of mine. And we have done all sorts. Sometimes we're in the same country, sometimes we're not, but the friendship stays true. Another great friend of ours is Julie, who's over there, Julie Awino. And the 3 of us were really so, I can't say, because, roommates don't squeal. But we had a fantastic time together as children, and now as adults, we remain true friends. Now, this business of it is important to create a meaningful life and all of this good stuff that you've been told is very true. And the thing to say is that it's not now. It is as you journey your life, it will come into shape. I think more than anything else, I would say that true friends stay. So when your mom rang me and said, I haven't talked to her for a while. She was in DC. I've been in the UK. I've come back to Kenya to do some work. She said, hi, and I said, Rosie, hi. I've got a graduation. Oh, for who? My son, and I'd love you to come. And I said, when? It's on Saturday. She told me on Thursday. And I said, okay, I'll be there. So then I ring husband, who was in Zambia. Husband is here, Tito. And I say, Tito, there is a dinner on Saturday. He says, yeah, I'm coming on Sunday. I said, that doesn't matter. There's a dinner on Saturday. My girlfriend's son is graduating. And so he's here. Thank you for coming. And then for my 2 kids, I have two children who you met earlier, Ayala and Kado. This is what happens when you're a teenager. Your mother is speaking. They are now diving under the chair. We're going out for dinner on Saturday night. Whose dinner? My friend's son is graduating. Do you know the son? No, I don't, but he's my friend's child. So why are we going if you don't know him? Because I know his mother. How is that relevant, Mom? It is relevant because friends stay true. So like your colleagues and fellow graduates today, you will find out, as the other speaker said, Wakonyo, that you must figure out who's going to walk the journey with you and how relevant they're going to be. And this lovely lady, your mom, has been good to me, and I hope I've been good to her. Thank you, Rosie. So that's how my children, when I get home, will be killing me, but I hope to live to tell another story. You've done an amazing job, and we are very proud of you, all of us. Now, when your mom and I were graduating, class of 90, I also met another graduate, class of 90. We thought we were going to change the world. We thought we were going to be phenomenal. We thought we were going to go down a path that others have not gone down. I want to assure you, we have done all of the above. So why do I say that? Because dreams are not just dreams. As we walk this walk, as we do this life, we suddenly get to certain ages, those ages that you mentioned, Wakonyo, those ones, that you suddenly think, actually, I did okay. But then you realize there's still a path forward. There are many more years that our God gives us. And then it is to say, how am I going to make the rest of my life even more meaningful? I'll stop and talk a little bit about, yes, you are doctors and you understood the business of being medical students, and now you're going to be practitioners. There are other skills that you must come to the table with. And I was watching each of them as they spoke, each of your classmates. Public speaking, that's going to be number one in today's world. You can administer medicine to sick patients, but you will also have to learn how to speak. You will also have to learn how to write. You will also learn you'll also have to learn how to change life and get out of your comfort zone, not only Kenya, Kilifi, Narok, Kakamega, I heard those. Not only that, move within Kenya, move outside Kenya. Bring your relevance to the world. And the world is not just here in Kenya. I wish you well. I wish you all the best. To you and the fellow graduates of class of 2018, I wish you well. Mine now is to celebrate with everybody here this wonderful opportunity you've given us, and allow me to say, what does the cake symbolize? It symbolizes a celebration. And I think I would say that what you have given us today and your classmates is a period of thanksgiving, to say thank you to Dad and Mom, to say thank you to Grandpa and Grandma, and to all your friends and the new friends you've made. Thank you, thank you, thank you for doing what is right, for working, for studying, for being a decent gentleman, for being a musician, we will hear about it, and for being a good friend and a good grandchild to your parents and grandparents. So, before we cut the cake, well done, congratulations. So, we're going to cut together, if I may, Mr. and Mrs. Rob and Dr. Rob, and all your relatives and friends. God bless you as you continue in your journey to make this fine man grow into an even finer man. God bless.
We are the chosen generation, called to show His excellence. All I require from a life God has given me, and I know who I am. We are the chosen generation, called to show His excellence. All I require from life God has given me. Now I know who I am. sweetie, un pedacito sweetie.